Genoa Kingston and Rochelle's high school girls volleyball teams are at the top of their respective conferences. The Lady Cogs lead the Big Northern Conference and the Lady Hubs lead the Interstate 8 Conference. Rochelle looking to upset the Lady Cogs, who are the defending Class 2A volleyball champions. Early in the first set, Olivia Keegan setting up Elena Pierce for her 1,000th career kill, and that puts GK up 3-2. Later in the set, Lady Cogs lead 14-13. Lauren Dyer comes in with the kill on the left side of the screen, and we're tied at 14. GK, though, on a roll after that. Here is Pierce again with the kill. GK takes the first set 25-15. Lady Cogs would have an 11-3 lead at one point in set 2, but Rochelle's Allie Olinger sets one over the net and onto the floor. GK now leads by 2. Lady Hubs would make it a 2-point match later in the set, but the Lady Cogs would take the second set 25-21 and win the match 2-0. Elena, how did it feel to get your 1,000th career kill?
I was super excited because all my family was here to support and all my friends, and just it's an exciting moment having all my best friends around me. I really wasn't just thinking about the 1,000th kill. I was just hoping to get the ball back over the net just like any other play.
We are more than a week into the second half of the Midwest League season, and for the Beloit Skycarp, they are tied atop the Midwest Division with a 5-3 record following their series clinching win Sunday against the South Bend Cubs. And Beloit looks to make it 3 straight wins to start July as they face the Cubs for Monday's series finale. Skycarp also wearing special jerseys for First Responders Night. Knotted at 2 in the third, Joe Mack hits one that bounces its way to center. This drives in a pair of runs, and Beloit's back on top 4-2. Bottom 6 now, Jake Thompson launches a solo home run, 420 feet, to put Beloit back on top. And check this out, folks. Skycarp down 1 in the 9th, full count, 2 outs. And Khalil Watson steals home to tie the game at 6. And later, Davis Bradshaw tells a packed crowd to have a good night as he walks it off in the 9th for Beloit. Skycarp win a thriller 7-6. It would not be an MLB trade deadline without a myriad of trades before everything is said and done. And the Cubs and White Sox made some moves, but we're going to start with a player who Beloit Skycarp fans might recognize. As the Miami Marlins trade shortstop Khalil Watson to the Cleveland Guardians. Watson played most of the season with the Beloit Skycarp. He batted .206 in 58 games for Beloit with 41 hits, 7 homers to go along with 14 stolen bases. The deal also sends infielder Gene Segura to the Guardians in exchange for first baseman Josh Bell. The Marlins drafted Watson 16th overall in the 2021 MLB draft. The 2023 NFL season isn't off to the best start for the Chicago Bears. Even with offseason pickups like DJ Moore and no Aaron Rodgers in the NFC North, Bears fans were optimistic that this could be their year. But despite all the hype ahead of Sunday's Packers-Bears game, Chicago underperformed and they lost by 18 points in front of a sold-out Soldier Field crowd. The Bears struggled to protect Justin Fields under center as he was sacked 4 times on Sunday. Last season, Fields was sacked 55 times. That was tied with Broncos QB Russell Wilson for most in the league. The team also struggled on both sides of the ball. They had 22 first downs, but only went 1 of 2 in the red zone. Defensively, they allowed Jordan Love to throw for 200-plus yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Head coach Matt Eberflus says the team's disappointed with their performance and will use these mistakes as a learning experience. It is a weekend of firsts for the Chicago Cubs in New York. On Friday, they won their first game ever at Yankee Stadium against the New York Yankees. Then after dropping Saturday's game, they look to earn their first series victory against the Yankees in New York. Both teams sending some souvenirs to fans. First off, it is Seiya Suzuki saying, "See ya!" His solo home run to left ties the game at 1 in the 5th. Then in the 6th, it is Kyle Higashioka, and he gets in on the party. That is back-to-back homers for the Yanks, and the Cubs trail 4-1. Chicago, though, with a big response in the 7th. Yan Gomes is going to drop a single to center. 2 runs are going to score, folks, and it is 4-all. Once again, Suzuki getting in on the runs. This is going to be a sac fly to right center. Mike Talkman is going to score, and the Cubs have a 5-4 lead. Heavy rain brings out a weather delay, but it wouldn't make a difference as Harrison Bader is going to fly out to center. There we go to end the game. Cubs win their first series at Yankee Stadium with a 7-4 win. Now to the south side of Chicago, White Sox taking on the Cardinals. Starting in the third, Elvis Andrews chops one that makes its way to left field. Oscar Colas scores to make it 1-0 White Sox. Then it is the former Cub Wilson Contreras with a 2-run goner in the fourth. White Sox trail 2-1. Then in the seventh, Carlos Perez hits what looks like to be a routine grounder, but whoop! And the tying run comes in to score off of that fielding error. It will be tied at 3 after 9, so we're going to need extras. In the 10th, Paul DeYoung driving in an RBI double to left. Fielder sliding but can't corral it, and Chicago trails 4-3. Last chance in the 10th, Tim Anderson striking out, swinging in the bottom, and the White Sox have now lost 4 of their last 5. The Chicago Cubs and Milwaukee Brewers have been on opposite sides of the spectrum lately. The Cubs have lost 4 of their last 5, and the Brewers have won 4 of their last 5. But despite being 6 games under 500, the Cubs are the only team in the NL Central with a positive run differential. And Monday, they take that with them in Milwaukee to face those division-leading Brewers. Cubs outscoring their opponents by 24 runs this season, and they add to it early. Cody Bellinger driving in the game's first run on his only hit of the game, and that's the first of 3 runs in the second for the Cubs. To the third, Nick Madrigal will drive in a pair of runs on that double, rolling to the warning track in left. Cubs would add another. They have a commanding 6-0 lead at the end of the inning, but that would end. 6-3 in the 7th. Oh my, Jahmai Jones. Pinch hitting with a bases clearing RBI double. 3-run score on that hit, and it's a tie game. To the 8th, Willy Adames zips that ball to right. William Contreras comes around to score. The Brewers have the lead, and they add another for 8 unanswered runs, and they are loving every minute of it. Last chance for the Cubs. Swanson striking out, looking, and the Brewers win 8-6. Always like to see, Mike, when the Cubs and Brewers are playing, always a competitive division rivalry, and that just showed it there with another thrilling game.
I think the schedule makers should make 4th of July always Cubs Brewers week.
There you go, yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Definitely, yeah. I'd agree. That is a crazy game. 12 runs for the Brewers.
Yeah, the Brewers and Packers are pretty happy this weekend.
Yeah, I got to say, pretty good couple days to be a Wisconsin sports fan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Holy
Mike,
cow.
Anna Marie, we've had a plethora of trades, and as we said, it would not be a trade deadline without this fiasco.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to
Tell me
know,
about
buy, sell, trade.
I know,
whatever.
yeah. A lot going on. We'll catch you up at 10.
And the